finishing touches on this rear bar. I've just tacked on some caps on the end, make them look cool. I've got indicators going in here. I've got my tow bar, as you call it, with some added wings for some added strength to sort of disperse that load throughout there. We've got a plate on the back here. That's for our number plate, and a couple of little lights. Boom boom. Indicator. Another cap. That just needs to be sanded up, tidied up and cleaned up, ready for paint, and that's that. I'm happy with that. I'm absolutely wrapped with that. I'll do a little bit more welding on it in a couple of spots, and then I just really want to sand it and make my terrible welding look a bit nicer. It's nice in some spots, but then in other spots, amateur, and I just want to make it look good and presentable, because we don't want unprofessional looking stuff going out the door. That's the last thing we want. So I'm just going to make sure it looks real nice and tidy before it goes out. I am done with my overhead bar as well. I just need to pull that off and weld it up. Same story. We'll clean that up. We'll clean that all up, all the welds up, and wax and grease remove it, ready for paint. Really happy with how it's looking. I'm super jealous of Frederick. He's buying this beast, and I've basically built it the way I wanted my truck, and now I've gone and sold it. I'm seriously getting jealous, hey? It's starting to look like the rig that I wanted from the start. It looks good with the rear bar on as well. Anyway, let's get sanding. So, just pulled this down, roof racks. I'm going to start welding that up. I welded a brace on here to keep these even while I weld it. It's all tacked off pretty well. I'm just going to weld it evenly in a crisscross pattern until I work my way to the middle, and I'll tack these off and weld them off. Pretty straightforward. Shouldn't move a lot really, but we've got to do all we can to make sure it stays as good as it is. And then we'll clean that up and get some etch primer on it, hopefully this afternoon. Rear bar's ready to go. That Hilux is ready to go too. She's good to go. Well, it's been a big day. I've managed to finish all the welding up on all of these 3 bars. They're pretty much ready for prep paint tomorrow. I just need to clean up a couple of welds on this beast. I brought that inside so I could tack up those little brackets there where it gets mounted to the roof rack, obviously. Rear bar's done, roof rack's done, roll bar's done. Just needs a freshen up, and these guys need to clean up and some paint ready for tomorrow. That'll be done tomorrow. They'll be etch primed in the morning. I'll rip off that brace bar. That's only a tempy bar. It's getting ripped off in the morning. I'll clean up that. That needs cleaned. That's been pretty much cleaned. What else can I say? It's been a big day. It's been a big day. I got a hell of a lot of welding done. Hell of a lot of fab work done. Just the finishing touches on this bar. I started off this morning finishing off these cross rails, and actually finishing off this top section of the bar as well, the front section of the bar. I'd love to have made that in one full piece. However, I don't have that luxury with that this custom made beast right here. I do not have that luxury, so I decided, thanks to Rico helped me with this plan, because I was originally going to go fold, 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 and Rick went, why don't you just do a nice, and then they're all the same shape, right? And that made it quite easy to make two of these, and they basically become a right angle, just like that does, only with two bends, one here and one here. I think that ended up being 22.5 degrees, and that one ended up being the difference between 90 degrees and 24.5. Yep, you know what I'm talking about. I made the same on that one, and then we just, you know, got our angles right on the ute. The door's closed now, but there's a ute behind that door. Anyway, we put it on and got it all right, and simple as it gets, really. They didn't actually end up perfect 90 degrees up here. They were just off. They were maybe 85 to 88 degrees, maybe, something like that. So they're not actually perfectly square. And it's kind of cool, because when we made these guys, they sort of came up on this angle that worked really well with, well, that bar actually. So when you look at the back of the ute, you're kind of seeing that, so to speak, that angle. And so you're looking at that angle, and it actually comes up. So it's, I think the distance between that point there to that point there ended up being about 1025, and if we come up to this top bar, that ended up being about 1005. So we're dropping about 20 mil over that distance of 300, 600, 900, 1200 mil. This is fun. Oh, now I fucked it. So it's not perfectly square, but it actually looks really good on the ute, and I believe it's going to be a really cool element to it. I really love it. I'm actually really jealous of Frederick. This guy just got over here from, oh God, don't shoot me for this, but I think he came from, I don't know, Germany or something. Somewhere in Europe anyway. Anyway, he came over in November last year, and he was looking for a new ute that he could take for driving, because he actually rolled his BT50. He had a BT50 that was all set up for camping. He rolled it on the beach, the silly sod. Anyway, he saw our Hilux, and he basically went, I want it. I don't think he does a lot of driving daily. I think this is going to be more of a camp rig for him, which is great, because that's literally what it's built for. I was building it for our family camping rig. Things have changed with ProBuild. We're moving up in the world. We could say, let's just say we're moving up in the world. That's a nice way of, it's a good way of making me feel better about separating myself from something I love and something I've put a lot of heart and soul into. So, good on you, Frederick. Stoked for you, mate. I think you'll really love this beast. I really love it. That's bar work done. I think this is maybe, I've lost count. I started with day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is day, I don't know, 8 or 9, something like that. From the start of the rear bar build, I should say. So then I started this before I finished that a couple of days ago. That only took me a day or two. That was kind of straight-ish forward, a couple of bends here and there, and bracket here, bracket there. That took me a few days, obviously. And it's come up awesome. I can't wait to see it all with paint. It's all going to be black, as it should. Bar work should just be black. Don't stuff around colour coding bar work. Just paint it black and be done with it. Right, that's me signing off for the day, guys. Peace.